What if, for just 5 impossible seconds, the very fabric of reality shifted? Imagine your morning coffee cup, then your chair, then you, gently drifting upwards as the earth below loses its grip. This isn't a sci-fi movie. It's a mind-blowing question about the one force we absolutely depend on, gravity. What happens when it just turns off? The initial disorientation. The instant gravity vanished, the world wouldn't plunge into instant chaos. Not entirely. Your first sensation would be a bizarre lightness. That coffee cup in your hand, it would just float up a few inches. Your phone, your keys, anything not firmly attached to the ground would follow suit. You'd feel weightless. Pushing off the floor might send you drifting slowly towards the ceiling. It wouldn't be a violent ascent, just a strange, disorienting drift. Panic might not even set in yet, just utter confusion. Everyday objects go rogue. As that second ticks by, the bizarre would become more noticeable, lighter. Unsecured objects would start to drift more freely. Inside homes, books might gently detach from shelves, potted plants could hover, and your beloved pets might find themselves unintentionally airborne. On the roads, things get more interesting. Cars, which rely on gravity for tire grip, would suddenly become slippery, uncontrollable masses. They wouldn't fly into space, but they'd lose traction, sliding or even subtly bouncing over bumps, creating an instant traffic nightmare. The atmosphere's subtle sigh. Now, here's a crucial point that many might miss: the atmosphere. You might think it would instantly vanish into space without gravity, but in just 5 seconds, that's not going to happen. Instead, the incredible pressure that keeps our air dense and breathable would begin to lessen. The atmosphere would experience a slight outward expansion, a gentle sigh, as it momentarily loses its downward pull. It wouldn't disappear, but it would be the first hint of a truly cataclysmic long-term problem. Planes plummet, water wobbles. This is where the real danger escalates. High above the ground, things take a terrifying turn. Airplanes and helicopters, which rely on the constant downward pull of gravity to create lift and maintain controlled flight, would suddenly lose all their aerodynamic stability. They wouldn't just float, they'd begin to plummet, as their wings and rotors could no longer generate effective lift against a non-existent gravitational pull. Meanwhile, on Earth's surface, massive bodies of water, like oceans and lakes, would react. They wouldn't empty out, but without the downward force, they'd experience a subtle outward bulge, like a giant, slow-motion wave expanding from the planet's surface. The anticipation of impact. As we hit the 5th and final second, everyone on Earth would be in a state of sheer disbelief and growing terror. Objects that drifted, cars that skidded, and planes that fell, they're all hanging in a precarious, weightless limbo. The atmosphere is stretched, the oceans are bulging. The world is in a state of surreal suspension, a silent, terrifying pause before the inevitable. Every unanchored object, every person, every drop of water is poised, waiting for gravity to return. The clock is ticking down. Gravity's brutal return, the aftermath. Bam! Just as suddenly as it vanished, gravity would snap back on. And this is where the real chaos begins. Everything that was floating, drifting, or falling would slam back down with the full force of Earth's gravity. Imagine your phone, your coffee cup, or even a person dropping from whatever height they had reached, instantly regaining their full weight. The impact would be immense. Cars would crash hard, causing widespread damage. People who had floated up would experience a sudden, painful return to Earth. Focus on the ocean, and those bulging oceans, as gravity returned, that displaced water would come crashing back down, creating colossal tsunamis that would devastate coastal regions worldwide. Buildings would shake, infrastructure would be severely damaged, and the world would be plunged into an unprecedented level of destruction. The psychological scars and unsung hero. Beyond the physical destruction, imagine the psychological impact. The sheer terror, confusion, and helplessness of those 5 seconds would leave a lasting mark. Humanity would be forced to confront just how utterly dependent we are on this invisible, constant force. For 5 seconds, the world experienced a taste of true anarchy. It's a humbling reminder of the unsung hero of our existence, Gravity. It shapes our oceans, keeps our air in place, holds us to the ground, and allows life as we know it to exist. What would you do? So, after witnessing this mind-bending scenario, I have to ask, in those terrifying, impossible 5 seconds, what would you do? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this thought experiment as fascinating as we did, hit that like.